Good morning, good morning. What is going on? What's up, Cornelia? How are you today? How are you? How are you doing? I gotta get these letters up here. Gonna lock myself up this weekend and finish off a lot of things that I believe should be done. Tons of letters over here. This is my last time doing out these letters. I'm not gonna say it's my last time, but I gotta start being a little bit more efficient with my time, because that's the only thing that we have is our time. I'm great. I am great. Thank you for asking. We have to do things to maximize our time, and it takes time sitting down, writing out these letters, putting them in. And there are automated systems that do that, but I always like to show people that, that I'm willing to get in and grind it out too. So I'll grind it out. But at the end of the day, we really do have to be efficient with our time. Time management is paramount in doing big things that you want to do, right? So, with that being said, what I wanted to do was say good morning, sunshine. Good morning, Black Lions. Sis. Right? And I want to say it's a job well done for yesterday. We pulled that off, made it happen just like that. Just like that, right? So let me just get all of these things out of my way. So what I want to do is I want to talk about the next steps to success and what you need to continue doing. We don't rest on our laurels, right? And I want every single one of you to have deals going on, deals in the works. And a couple of more things that I need to finish up because they have to turn to marketing also. Good morning, my angel. I didn't see you sneak up on me. All right. There are things, there's some things. Listen, we are one half of the way through 2017. Ain't that something? One half of the way through 2017. Time really flies, and time waits on no one, no man, no woman. So there's things that I have on my action list or my success list that must be completed. I said the other day that I'm coming out and not waiting around on anyone, starting my own little workshops and meetings here to help people and build this thing up to what I know it's supposed to be. That dream inside of all of us, that we have the power to cultivate that. No one else does. It doesn't matter who else believes in your dreams. None of that stuff matters. But I wanted to do real quick my money thing here, just to show you, it's one thing to make money, but it's another thing to know what to do with it. And when I found this out, when I discovered this, what I'm going to show you right now, it changed everything for me. You ever been in that situation where, good morning, Mary, ever been in that situation where money just is always more month than money, right? We get in that situation, right? More month than money. Well, this is something that I learned. Learned it from a gentleman named T. Harv Eker from Peak Potentials. He's the author of the book Secrets of a Millionaire Mind. If you haven't read that book, I urge you to order that book on Amazon and have it to you from Amazon Prime or something. within the next day or two. But I started implementing this, man, what was that? When I discovered this in the early 2000s. Not early, maybe, yeah, early 2000s. And it really has made a difference in my life. I'm all over tables and all that stuff. But it really has made a difference in my life. And I want to pass this on to you because I know that it'll make a difference. I've actually done a video on this before. And I think, Cornelia, I showed it to you before, right? But, you know, oftentimes people talk about budgeting, saving. And that, number one, that's not the way to create any type of wealth. You can't just save your way to wealth. You have to learn how to tap into the power of interest, compound interest, thinking like a bank, being the lender and not the borrower. What does that mean? Well, in order to get to that point, everything starts with seed money. So even as your deals are starting to come through and you're going to be making money on these real estate deals, what do you do with it? That's the important thing. It's not about what you make. It's about what you can keep. It's about what you can build on. It's what you can make multiply. It's not about subtraction. It's not even about addition. It's about multiplication. All right. And when you understand these concepts and discipline yourself, when you understand this concept and discipline yourself to do this no matter what comes up, it will change things in your life. And what it also does is it forces you to tap into your creativity, to your ingenuity. It forces you to tap into the entrepreneur, the black lioness inside of you. It forces you because when you run out after you've fulfilled these, this jar system, you can't sit around saying that I don't have any more. You're not waiting for the next paycheck. No, you're going to get up and you're going to become a real entrepreneur. You're going to create a new product. You're going to create a new service out of thin air so that you can keep the things going through that will go into your different jars. This is what I've been doing. This is why I'm always just working on creativity. Listen, if you really believe that you're a creator, and you've been around me, you've listened to me, especially right now, if you are listening into what I'm going to show you, this is the real life-changing stuff here. And you see, everyone's looking for the fluff. They're looking for the magic beans and they're looking for the smoke screens. And it's always the stuff, not always, most of the times it's the stuff that is right in front of you and it's the simplest things. But we don't like simple. We like complicated. We like trying to believe there's an ancient secret, but it's really not. And this is what successful people do. This is what wealthy people do. This is what people do to grow their money. You see, it's never mattered about how much money you make. It's never mattered about how much money you make. It's never, ever, 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 ever mattered about how much money you make. It's about what you do with the money that you make, how you reinvest it, how you allocate your funds is what determines your socioeconomic status in this world today. Right? That's what determines it. So let's just get right into the meat of this right here. So I use this jar system right here. And you can go get these jars from the dollar store, right? That's where I got them from. So you take $6, or you could use envelopes. Use whatever you want. But let me break this down. When you really catch this, and ladies, teach this to your children. Teach it to your children, teach it to your nephews, teach it to your sisters, teach it to your daughters, teach it to your grandchildren. Teach it to people that you care about because, number one, our people are lost. Our people are really lost. So, what was explained to me years ago, and this is what helped me launch my real estate investing career, because I had a job just like most people in America, and I made a certain amount of money, and no matter how much money I made, no matter how many raises I received, there still was never enough money. And that that's because of a certain law. And when you understand laws, you start to understand the way the world operates. And when you understand the way the world operates, you make the proper adjustments so you can win. Does that make sense? Okay. So, what do we have here? I have a bucket here that is for, a jar here that is for my necessities. All right. 55% of my money is going to go into this, of all income that comes in. Right. So you have your, what is necessities? Your mortgage, your car, your utilities, your cable, things that are needed to survive, things that are needed for us to sustain, to live. Right. So we have that one there, and on it, it says 55%. Right. The next bucket I have over here, and I got to do them in a certain order because this one here says long-term savings for spending, 5%. Right? What is long-term savings for spending? Well, maybe you want, that car. Maybe you want something that's long-term that you need. Maybe you're putting away for, I don't know, some type of fund or whatever, but it's for long-term savings, right? 5% of your income has to go in there. Over here, I have one earmarked for education. It's 5%. And for me, that education is seminars. That education is workshops. That education are places that are going to help give me more wisdom, more information that I can apply that will ultimately help me become a better person, personal development, and will help me come up with new ideas and concepts that I can add more value back to the marketplace, which will inevitably create more income for me. We'll build the Jones family empire. Does that make sense? Now, if you can catch this, if you can just catch this concept, I'm telling you, it will change everything. You have to be disciplined. You have to stick to it. The easiest thing in the world is to not do what you know you should be doing. That's the easiest thing in the world. And I can't make you do it. The only person that can ensure that your family is see, it has to, this is why, like Eric Thomas says, you have to want this. I'm sorry, you have to need this like you need air to breathe. You really, really do. So the next one here is my education. I said that was for seminars, so 5% goes in there. I have another one here, which is my, hey, good morning, Aretha, which is my financial freedom. It is my financial freedom account. Now, these jars are so important to me. These jars are what have allowed me to put over $1 million inside of my self-directed IRA. And there's certain things that I keep saying over and over again. And sometimes because of its simplicity, it goes over our head. But we're chasing secrets that somebody is telling us that, oh, this is the secret to the, no, it's the simple little things that we often ignore. All right? So this next jar is for financial freedom, right? Financial freedom includes what? Includes investments, real estate, gold, silver, oil, businesses, whatever it is that will contribute to the Jones family empire. Remember, I always say, a lot of people watch the show Empire, but I build an empire. I live an empire. And I want you to build an empire, and I want you to live an empire, right? So you must have these jars here. Then we have our giving jar. Now, you've heard me say in the past that I don't need a third-party administrator, and I don't have to put my money into someone's bucket or basket or plate. I don't have to buy heaven on a layaway plan. You see, because it's not about where you put your money, Not really. It's about the act of giving. That's universal law. All right. So when you're following the universal law, see, people think, well, I got to put money in this church. Well, you really don't. You just have to give. And giving, I've given to schools. I've given to churches. I've given through my foundation. I'm giving to you. You see, giving doesn't have to be money. And a lot of people don't understand that, and we're being taught that it has to be money. Now, what I'm saying, I can break it down and show you in the Bible what tithing really is about. But those are the sections that it seems like they skip over in church. So I'm not going to go into that right now. We're just going to talk universal law right now. Because when you understand universal, at least when I understood universal law, that's when everything changed. Real talk. That's when it changed. 30 years of me in church, it didn't change then. It is what it is, real talk. No fluff, no magic beans, no smoke screens. So the giving is 10%. Now I can give to whoever I want to give to. I could see a homeless person on the street. I could pick up the USA Today or the Wall Street Journal. I could see something about a lady who may need an operation in Africa that could save her life, and it maybe cost her only, $69, but she doesn't have the money. You see, this is what my giving is my heart. And now when you have your bucket that's allocated for giving, now you don't have to feel like you have to loan someone some money and then be disappointed, especially with our family, right? And then be disappointed when they don't pay it back, because that was part of your giving anyway. All right, so that's 5% in my giving. And then last but definitely not least, it's probably my most, one of my most favorite jars. And that, ladies, that is this jar right here. That is my play jar. And as it says on there, my play jar must be spent at the end of every month. It must be spent by the end of every month. You cannot hold on to this. So now it says, what does it say? Shopping sprees, vacations, casinos. You see, what I had to understand is that we live in a world of duality. You can't have one thing without having another thing. When you call something hot, that means that something else must be cold. When you say call something east, that means that there must be a west. North, south, up, down, happy, sad. When you put a definition or meaning onto something, there has to be its equivalent. So, the way this operates is, you live in your life. This is your engine that runs everything. This is your necessities. So, just give you an example. Let me see if I have some money on me. I think my wallet's upstairs. But let's just use some paper, just for example. We'll use some paper here. Same concept. Just pretend this money. Okay. I know, like I said, when you catch this, it changes the game for you. It really changes the game for you. This is the important stuff. This is the stuff that needs to be taught in schools. This is the stuff that we need to teach our children. And it's not taught anywhere. This is why what's going on with these seminars, this is why it's just people need to know this stuff. Real talk. This is just real. Because people are lost. People don't know what to do financially. People are living in fear. You can't go through life living in fear and thinking that God is going to bless you. Number one, just because whatever you focus on, that's what you're going to attract. And a lot of people are so fear-based, so worried about doom and gloom, so worried about being in this lugubrious lifestyle that that's their focus. So that's why they get back what they put out there. You do reap what you sow, right? So let's just pretend that these are $100 bills. Every piece of paper is a $100 bill, right? $100. And this lesson right here for you should be the beginning of your awakening, your ebony awakening. And this is a skill set. This is adding value to the marketplace. This is adding value to you because you're about to become the marketplace. Okay, so each one of these is $100, right? So let's just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's just say at my job I'm making $52,000 a year. Now, just for the sake of it, let's just say I'm making $1,000 a week. Okay, so every week I get paid $1,000, right? So that means, I'm going to have to trade in a couple of hundreds for some 50s. Let me get some change. All right, hold on. I need to get some change. All right, there we go. Cash in, change in my 100 and get some 50s here. All right, and cash in. Okay, so here we go. You're making $1,000 a week, right? What do we do? How do you make sure that you have money to be able to take care of your necessities and then and this is not a budget here, okay? This is a lifestyle, and it doesn't require you to give up because, listen, pressure bursts pipes. And if you are or have subscribed to the philosophy that you're just going to save, listen, what are you saving for? Number one, most people that are saving, they're saving for a rainy day. And when you're saving for a rainy day, you're focused on a rainy day. What you focus on expands. Good morning, Olivia. What you focus on expands. What do you think is going to happen if you're saving for a rainy day? It's gonna rain. Newsflash. So now, because you've been saving for that rainy day, and the rain will come just like the tide will come in and the tide will come out. It's been doing that since the beginning of time. That means that you know that these things are going to happen, so you must plan accordingly. This is your life. This is your inheritance. This is your legacy that you're going to leave. This is your empire. So it's imperative that you do this, because this right here, this system, this jar system is going to force you to create more money. It's going to force you to become better. It's going to force you to get outside of yourself. It's going to force you to be hungry. Like Mamie Brown, baby boy said, hungry. You got to be hungry. So, what do? Okay, so we have, when we get our money, you just made our $1,000, 55% of it has to go into here, right? So that means 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, and $50 goes in there. This is necessities, lionesses. Necessities. The mortgage, the car, the utilities, the cable, the blah, blah, the blah, 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 blah. That goes into this. Okay, 55% of your money. Now, we also have, I need some more 50s. That's what I just noticed. Hold on, we need to change some more stuff in. Let me get some more money here. Let me get some more paper money. Money's paper anyway. It's not real currency, right? Let me get, that's a different story. Let me get, I'm sorry, it is currency. It's not real money. Real money is gold and silver. But we were taken off of the silver standard, so let's not even talk about that. Richard Nixon, 1974, right? All right, anyway, another story. So we have our necessities bucket. This is what you will live off of to take care of your expenses. Some of you are going to say, and I already know it because whenever I do my presentations, I always get the questions, but Cecil, I can't live off of 55%. It doesn't pay the bills. I got you. Hold on. So, I told you this is going to force you. It's going to force you to become wealthy. So, the next bucket I have here is my financial freedom bucket, right? Financial freedom. Financial freedom, that's my investments. That's real estate. That's gold. That's silver. That's oil. That's businesses. That's whatever I'm into. So 15% has to go into that. So that means when I get paid, I have to put $150 into my financial freedom. You can't touch this. This is discipline. Everybody wants to get rich. Everybody wants to get wealthy. Everybody wants to make $1 million, but you're not disciplined or won't be disciplined or haven't been disciplined on $100? How does that work? I won't be disciplined over hundreds, but I want to make millions. The way you do anything is the way you do everything. That's law. Now, I know y'all are some sharp women, so I ain't got to keep going about that. That's real talk. So now, this is here. Every week I'm putting in that 15% and I'm looking for investments to make my money grow. I have to look for investments. There's no other way around it. So, we got the financial freedom bucket out the way. We have our education bucket. Education is for seminars, workshops. You have to constantly be growing. If you're not growing, you're dying. You have to be on the cusp. You have to be on the cutting edge of knowledge. You have to know what's going on in your market. You cannot be ordinary. You must be a leader of the field. Education. So 5% goes into that. So that means $50 when I get paid. 50, the big 50 goes into there. Now, I have my long-term spending for savings. This is what I'm saving up for maybe something a year down the road. Maybe it's going to be for that new refrigerator. Maybe it's going to be for whatever. I don't know. All right. So 5% must go into this out of that $1,000 that came in. 10% is 100. 5% would be 50. $50 goes into that bucket there, that jar. There's 2 left. We're givers by nature. By nature, you're givers. Yes, you do. The laws of tithing are real. The law of tithing is real, and it doesn't have to go into some church plate. It can go wherever you want to do good in this world. This is what I had to realize because I grew up in the church. My mother's a pastor. I know what's going on in there. I know what was taught in there. But when I found out the truth, I haven't put into a church in years, but I give wherever I see that I need to give because I take the money from here. See, it's the concept. It's the intention of your heart. Stop letting people tell you that it has to go. See, we have to learn to get out of this whole thing with someone telling you how to think. I'm sorry, not how to think, telling you what to think. Let's learn how to think for ourselves. You have the Spirit of God inside of you. He talks to you. But if you don't know who you are, You're never going to know who God is, so you don't even recognize the voice. It's like you're an American, but I'm talking Russian to you. You don't get it. I didn't get it for a long time. So now I want to give, and if you want to give to church, we'll give to church. But what about what's important to you? What's important to you? Not some... I'm not going to go there. All right, I'm not going to go there. And then lastly, my favorite jar. Because guess what? Not only do I work hard, I want to play hard. My number one bucket to keep full. And it must be spent at the end of every month. That is my shopping sprees. That's the vacations. That's the casinos. That's whatever I want to do. And more importantly, it's whatever you want to do. And you don't have to feel bad about spending this money because that's what it's designed for. You see, you have to pay yourself first. Well, I got all bills. See, so I got a bunch of bills. Well, make yourself a bill then. Call it the bill of Cornelia. Call it Aretha Hutchinson bill. But you have to pay yourself. Every wealthy person knows this. Now, so that means like 50 bucks went into there too, right? 50 bucks went into there. 100 bucks went into my giving. Now, what if you cannot sustain? What happens if you find yourself in the beginning, which you will, with more month than money? You see, the average person's going to say, well, I can't do this, and they're going to stop doing this, and they're going to slit their financial throats. When people are dependent upon you to follow through on this, you see, people are waiting on you. People are watching you. People that can't do this or don't know how to do this or are afraid to do it. They're watching they're looking for your strength. They're looking for your courage. They're looking for your leadership. They're looking for the signs in your life. You see, no one cares about how good this God is when they're looking at you and all they see is poverty. No one cares about how good this God is when they're looking at me and all they see is poverty. Man, I've been there, done that. I can't tell nobody. I can't lead nobody nowhere. Because I'm looking, or the person who's outside is looking at it saying, well, that's how good it is, and that's what it's doing for you. Well, I don't want that. You see, we can't sell the emperor. We can't sell the president. You got to sell the destination. You got to sell the white sand. You got to sell the experience. And people need to see that you're wise, that you're savvy, that you're a good steward over yours. And then I guarantee you, they'll come and want a piece of that pie. So, what do you do then? Well, you're taking this money and you're looking for investments. You're picking up the phone. You're going through the newspapers. You're calling on the Zillow. You're responding to the Craigslist. You see, this is your mission. This is more important than your J-O-B. This is more about the M to the E. It's about the Y-O-U. And when we get this, when we grasp this, when we really understand it, that's when things start to change. That's when opportunity falls in your lap. See, it's not going to fall in your lap when you don't even understand the universal stuff. You don't even understand how to take command of your finances. And I was there. I can still remember I was there. And I remember saying, well, I can't do that. I remember saying there's not enough money to do what I need to do. I got bills to pay. Well, in all honesty, if I drop dead today, those bills will be there. They'll be written off. You know, I always thought that I didn't have enough money to pay me. And then this epiphany hit me. Everybody's telling me to give it to God, which they think means to put it in a building, put it in a plate for someone who may be mismanaging that money themselves. You see, you do have control of your life. You do have control of the people you help. You do have control over all of your giving. You do have it. And I believe that so many of us have been so programmed to give our money to someone who may not even know how to manage their own money, but because of a title and because of religion, you feel like you must follow what everybody else is doing. So did I. So did I. So, if you don't have enough money and things are tight in the beginning when you're doing this, number one, you must sacrifice. Number one. Number two, it's time to get on your grind. It's time to hustle. That means you must start creating products because you can't go back on this. You must do more deals because you can't mess with this. You see, this is the keys to the kingdom. Money? Yeah, your money and the good that you can do in this world. You see, because when there's no mobility in poverty, you can't. What? So many people are programmed to give on the smallest level possible because that's all I got. Or did you try to multiply it? Because everything I see you doing, I'm talking about myself back in the days, everything I see you doing, Cecil, is a subtraction and it takes away from you. So if it's taken away from you, it's taken away from the God in you. If it's taken away from the God in you, then you can never walk in your calling and your purpose. Pay yourself first. I'm not the first person telling you this. You've heard this before. But you make up excuse after excuse after excuse, just like I did. I made up excuse after excuse after excuse, and I stayed broke. Real talk, Jim walk. Without the walk. So, I put this out there in the spirit of love. I put this out there in the spirit of abundance, in the spirit of prosperity, and hope that something clicks in your mind, that in your spirit. See, this is one thing I do know. People can say anything they want to do, but your spirit recognizes the truth. It knows because it comes from the same place. One universal mind, one source. One infinite wisdom. Your spirit knows the truth. Even if your ego jumps up and says, whatever, I'm not going to listen. That's your ego. But your spirit, your direct connection, your soul, your direct connection to the universe, to God, oh, it knows the truth when it hears it. It knows the truth. Something inside of us, another gift that God's put inside of us. Some of us want to call it intuition. Some of us say that it's, when you talk about the animal kingdom, we say instinct. You know what I'm telling you is true. Now, if you do it or not, that's another thing. But you just got the truth. That was given to me by T. Harv Eckert and expounded on by Mr. Alan J. Schwab, my mentor, my angel. And so I pass this along because success leaves clues. There's been a trend that has to continue to be what's called a transference of wealth. And the way that this wealth will transfer is through your actions, or it won't transfer through your non-actions. So if it's a little tight, and it will be in the beginning, I'm going to tell you those numbers can be adjusted, but it still must come out to 100%. So what do I mean? What do you mean, Cecil, by that? Okay, my financial freedom thing here says 15% of all earnings go into here. Well, maybe for you, you start out with 5% or 10%. But if you're going to make a change on here, you have to make the change wherever else. If you need a little bit more right now to go into your financial freedom, so maybe I take 5% off of this and leave that at 10 and put 5% on here to make that 60. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? And just please believe me, when you follow this And it's going to be a sacrifice because it's new. Anything that's new, your mind's not used to, your subconscious mind has never heard of. The sentry sitting on the front of the ship saying, warning, warning, Will Smith, warning. Will Robinson. That's what it is. And now, what you're going to do is, you see, this has to be blown. This play money has to be blown. This given money, you're going to feel good because we're givers by nature. Instinctively, we're givers as the human species. So you got to give. Just doesn't have to go where you think it has to, where you've been told it has to go. Your long-term savings for spending. Your education for your seminars, which will keep you wise, which will keep you on the cutting edge, which will give you the skill set that people will pay you for through your consulting company. Somebody hear me. I'm not telling you what I heard, I'm telling you what I've done. I'm not telling you what I've heard, I'm telling you what I've done. I'm telling you what I continue to do. This is the background stuff. This is when you see that Lamborghini, or you see that Corvette, or that Bentley that you want. Well, what's up under the hood? Let's lift up the hood and see what's all good. Let's lift up the hood and see what's really good. This is what's up under the hood. This is what allows you to get it. This is the secret that everybody's running around doing this thing, doing that thing, doing this thing, doing that thing, trying to get to this right here. And I've just opened up the keys to your financial kingdom for you. Your play money, take those vacations that you've always wanted to take. Travel and go see places that you've always wanted to see. Get that new hot suit that you need. Get that suit that makes you feel like that boss lady when you're walking down the street. Get them red bottom shoes. Oh, some people, well, I'm not into names. I'm not into designer names. It's probably because you're not in a position to get them. But remember what I tell you, it's better to be in a position to give. It's better to be in a position. You see the name brands, and you can have all that if you want it. You can have that. Just have the investments that are coming in that pay for it passively. That's all I'm saying. There's a way to do it. I remember coming up in my projects, it was dudes out there with Benzes and Beamers, drop top rags, all the Alfa Romeos, all that stuff. But we were in the projects. There was no garage to put it in. That's backwards to me. So definitely you can go back and revisit this video and just let me know, ladies, is it something, did it hit you? Does it make sense? Does this make sense? So now, right, what I can do is I can take that financial freedom money and I can invest in some Facebook ads. I can invest in, some magazine ads, do the advertising, bring in other clients. See, I'll use this to bring in new clients, other business owners, which we're going to start talking about next week as well. I'm going to show you because I have a marketing side, right? I have an advertising company. I'm going to show you how to get paid off of that too. Honestly, at the end of the day, real estate, advertising, consulting, sales, closeouts. You don't need anything else in life. You're consulting. People are paying you to give them this wisdom that you're learning. You want to make a product, give you a product right now. And maybe this is something that you ladies can have products and start selling right now to keep putting money inside of your financial freedom account. Ever thought about saying, hey, Cecil, can I do an interview with you? Can we do a 60-minute interview on the phone on freeconferencecall.com that will give you, the link for your recording? And now you promote that product. So what you're doing now, I have OliviaDixon.com, Olivia Dixon Consulting. Now you're teaching other women how to come up. And one of the products right here that we're selling right off the rip is how an ex-drug dealer went from welfare to well-paid with real estate. Can anybody be interested in buying that from you? $39? $29, $19.99, $20. Let's call it $20. You find 1,000 people that want that. Oh, absolutely. And I'll show you now see where the advertising comes back in. You see, when you can create products and you know how to advertise, come on, ladies. This is not hard. Is it making sense what I'm saying? Like you have an expert. You have to become Olivia. You have to become a leader of the field. See, you're already a leader inside. We've awakened that in you. You're no longer a black sheep. You're a black lioness. Right? Cornelia, you're a black lioness. Mary, you're a black lioness. You're all black lionesses. Cornelia, I showed you, right? I showed you was it Cornelia or was it, who did I show the thing with the guy with the interviews and all that? Was it Angel or was it, I forget who it was. But one of you ladies, I showed it to you. Like people are making livings recording people that are doing things. But how many people we all have Facebook pages. You see the people that are doing it. Reach out. Hey, this is Olivia Dixon from Olivia Dixon Consulting. I loved what you're doing on your Facebook page. Can I get an interview with you to pass on to my subscribers? Come on, y'all. Fill up these buckets. Fill up this financial freedom. Come on. Stop sitting around waiting on the next payday. Stop sitting around waiting on some assistance. Get up and take control of your life. You got this. You have this. You're a black lioness. It's time to rise and grind and leave the past behind. Come on. This will allow you to take control of your life. Every single one of you can sit here. Man, look, I just told you, I do business, I do consulting, I do marketing, I know closeouts, I know real estate, and it's like 15 different areas in real estate. Every one of you should be doing an interview with me. Let's talk for an hour. Get your own Facebook page up, your own Facebook group. Forget about, come on. Think outside the box. You're so bright. You're so smart. You have greatness inside of you ready to erupt. You got this. And you got me behind you. The guy that a billionaire came into my life and showed me how to take it to another level. Come on. And I'm giving it to you. "2017 should not escape you and leave you in the same position that you're in right now. I tell you that much I do know. If it does, shame on you, because you have it right here in front of you." Real talk, right? Y'all appreciate the real talk? I don't know how to water it down and dummy it down. I just say the real. Start getting your products. Start getting your site. I'm gonna say this. I watch so many of you. Not so many. I see what people do. And I see some of you putting so much time and energy into building something for someone else. And I just shake my head. I don't say nothing. Everybody has to find their own way. But I'm telling you, that same energy, and you're spending your money out, auto ships, all this stuff, with that very money, you're not getting anything back. Nothing. Well, what if you invested into your own self? This weekend, I'm putting a new Facebook page together. I'm going to create it from scratch, and I'm going to make a case study out of it, and I'm going to sell it. Watch what I'm doing. Success leaves clues. Ladies, look, stop. When I go to seminars, I go to learn, but I also watch what they're doing in the room. And what got me excited is when I saw T. Harv Eker create $1 million in a weekend. And I'm watching the people who are getting up and going, and I'm counting the money that's being made. You see, when I come to be a mentee, when I'm learning from somebody, I want to know what makes the money. Show me what to do, and I'll do it. Tell me where to go, and I'll go. Tell me what to say, and I'll say it. guess what, ladies? Guess what I've been doing? I've been telling you what to do. I've been showing you what to do. I've been telling you where to go. Oh, light bulb. Light bulb. You're full of ideas. Look at what I'm doing. I don't have a product, Tisa. What, did you ask me to do an interview? Because it takes 60 minutes and they could be selling tomorrow. And that same money, some ladies, that you're spending for the auto ship for somebody else's dream to get a little crumb out of it when it could be all yours, that's advertising money that should be going to Facebook to bring you clients that will bring you $2,000. Because I can guarantee you that they'll pay you $2,000. How do I know? They paid me $10,000 to do it. And I can show you how to do the same thing I do. And now my price is going up because of your success. You see, you have full control over the income that comes in your life. And now when you teach others how to duplicate what you've done, it raises your stock. This ain't hard, y'all. This ain't hard. Y'all too smart. That's why you're with me. You're too smart. You're going to pick this up today. Like, there should be people saying, Cecil, can I get that interview today? Can I get that interview this weekend? Because I need my product up. Can you help me get that Facebook page up? Can you help me get that membership site up? Your story is going to bring all the glory. Stop looking outside of you and start looking at the God within. Stop looking at the creator that's within you. If you're really an heir and a joint heir, well, act like it. That's all I'm saying. If you're not going to be a black lion, if you just want to be a black sheep, well, get to the side because you're about to be eaten by a lion. Black sheep or lunch meat? Which one are you? Because that lion's coming to eat. Eat, eat, eat. That's what a lion comes to do. Are you going to be a black sheep? Because eventually that black sheep who doesn't want to stand out, doesn't want to be a leader, doesn't want to lead the field, that black sheep will eventually, because that lion's coming, that black sheep is going to turn into lunch meat. Ladies, somebody call me and let me know. Let me know. Somebody's feeling this. Somebody's ready to go. Somebody wants this. This is making sense to somebody. I'm giving you the keys and I'm telling you which one goes into the lock. I'm telling you that if you turn it to the left, I'm telling you we're coming to crack the code. I'm telling you no more mediocrity. That's what I'm saying. All right. Let's do it. Let's do it. Somebody call in and tell me what's good. Somebody tell me what's good. 313-367, if you can, 367-2978. Big difference. Big difference when it's broken down like this. Big difference when it's spoken to you like this. Big difference when you recognize that you're putting so much energy into someone else's stuff. You're putting the energy into someone else's stuff. You get caught up in the hype. You get caught up in the crowd. Well, I don't want to be around 500 people in a room who don't know what the hell they're doing either. I want to be the leader of the field. I want to be so far ahead of you that you can't see my dust. And that's where I am. And those very people that you were following will now be coming to you. They won't even know it's you because they're responding to the ad in the USA Today. They're responding to the ad in Entrepreneur Magazine. They're responding to the ad in Success Magazine. They're responding to the ad in Home Advertiser Magazine. They don't even know that they're coming to you. Do you know how many people that I've seen the envelopes with the money come in? And I'm like, I know them. But they don't know it's me because that's the power of advertising. I don't even have to show a face. I know how to write a great ad. I know how to write great copy, and I know how to write a great sales letter that will pull you in, make you want it. The title will get your attention, and before you know it, you're pulling out the credit card. And all I'm saying is that if I can do it, you can do it too. I'm fresh out of water. My throat is dry. My mouth is dry. Any questions on anything that I said? That's all. Before I run, any questions? And hopefully this has really sparked somebody. I know you're at work, Mary. I know. listen, you guys are, all of these entrepreneurs are coming out. They're giving you a crumb and you're happy to promote it for a crumb. And then a lot of them don't even know how to really advertise. You don't know how to really make people go through a funnel. You don't know how to make them raise their hand, right? And then contact you, and then you sell them the same way that I do on the phone. And anybody who's called and done my real estate, the process that I put you through. I make you raise your hand. I make it, Mary, you've seen me do it over and over and over, right? Mary see that 10,000 coming in over and over and over, right? It adds up, folks. It adds up. Your hosting's down. Okay, let's go. There's free places that you ladies can, even that shouldn't be a problem, because you can use, there's free sites out there that you can use to still get your message out. But you have to implement Facebook. You have to, Facebook or YouTube or Instagram, right? Twitter, all of those places have places for advertising. This is why I set up an advertising company. Right? This is why I set up an advertising company. Good morning, and what's up, my angel?
Good morning. Good morning, everybody.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good.
All right. What'd you think of this message, this live this morning?
Oh, I thought it was awesome. Actually, I got a couple of ideas while you were talking. And actually, yesterday, I was telling Cornelia I wanted to play around with my webinar system because my plan was to actually interview you via webinar to put on my Mobilpreneur page.
Okay, so you right there. You got me, you with me.
Yeah, so I'm already, right there with you. So it just was confirmation that, yes, I need to go ahead and get it popping. So I'm going to play around with it a little bit just to make sure I know how to utilize it. And, I would definitely like to do that.
Okay, they have that, what is it, Be Live? Do you see the people who are doing the Facebook Lives, and it's almost like they're on CNN News where you have one person on the left, one person on the right?
The screen, yeah.
Are you familiar with that software?
I have seen it.
Okay, well, it's called Be Live.
Okay.
And it's free to use, and that's a great thing.
You know what? I have something else like that too. It's called Evayer, where you can have the split screen and you can Skype.
What is it? Evayer?
Evayer. Evaer. Mm-hmm.
Do you see how when you come together in a mastermind, how ideas start to simmer in your mind? See, because iron really does sharpen iron, right?
Say that again. I missed that.
Oh, okay. I said because iron really does sharpen iron, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And honestly, every one of you ladies can have your own mastermind group put together, honestly. And use the Facebook advertising. I'm telling you, women to come out. And then you can even, we can even lead that to the women's business Lyceum. I mean, there's just so many things that can be done. We just have to understand it. But listen, I'm not going to say I get discouraged, but when I see so many people, Angel, just throwing their money and their time, it's not even really your money, it's your time, because we can't get the time back. You can always make money, but you can't get that time back when you're taking all of your energy and promoting someone else for crumbs. I'm just not a proponent for that.
Yeah, I think it's probably just because in their mind they see that turnaround is going to come faster from that venture than maybe doing something for themselves. And maybe because they don't feel comfortable or they don't have the confidence that they can actually just put a little extra effort in and, rake in actually more money than they would on the thing that they think is the short thing.
Right. Absolutely. Honestly, anyone can have a product up and running in 8 hours or less. Seriously. Because number one, that product doesn't have to be, it could be video, right? And I suggest that it's video. Or it can be audio. If you're using something like freeconferencecall.com, you can record people, right? That you can download that. You can burn it to a CD. Now you can make it a physical product. You can take the audio. You can get it transcribed. Now you have an ebook, right? You take the ebook and put it into a course. Now the big fat thing spread out. And now you have a course put together. So out of one audio recording, you got 4 or 5 different products.
Yeah, exactly.
This is not hard at all. It's just that we need to be around the people that help spark it. And we're all a piece. We all have a piece to the puzzle. Everybody has a piece.
And so I thought it was awesome. And I always liked the money jar video. I saw the one that you did before. I actually showed it to my son.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, start your good habits now.
Mm-hmm.
And, you won't have to go through what your mother went through.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, you let me know when you said you're getting your webinar and all that stuff. Well, the whole thing is you don't even have to master the webinar piece first. Do the video. It's just a video, audio, and then you upload that audio to, and we could do that you could do that on Skype. You could do it on, the Ring Central thing. There's so many different things. It's just a matter of having that video or the audio. But the simplest thing to do is to get on the phone.
I can record it and upload it
to
the actual webinar, and then it has an on-demand replay option that I can send out a link for, and people can opt into it and all that. And then also you can put your offer right down in there, and you can have your live chat while the webinar is going on, whether it's automated or live. So, but I just wanted to be able to play around with the live just so that I could be more comfortable with it, and then I can do more of them. So
okay, I got you. And I think I told you this before. Like honestly, all that technical stuff is to get people to obviously somebody selling a product, but that same thing. Remember I gave you that guy Brad's ads? Did you ever check it out? Did you subscribe to his thing?
They took his page down.
Really?
Yes, there's a whole lot of information. If it's the same person, yes, all his stuff is down. Somebody put up some information about him. Check into it.
Okay, I will. But at the same time, you can just use a free site, put a video up on it, put a landing page in front of it, collect people's information, lead them to the video, which can be 15 or 20 minutes long. After they get the video, they get the gist of it. Now they go to the calendar, right? Get on your calendar, make an appointment to talk to you. You close them, and now you have $1,000, $2,000 client. Put them inside of your Facebook group and do a weekly phone call. Get 10 people in that just paid you $2,000.
Yeah, that's kind of what I have set up. So I'm on it.
Okay, I got you. What do you use for your webinar system?
Webinar Fusion Pro.
Okay, who's that one by?
Dwayne Golden and Jonathan Tang and Charles Terrence Harper.
I don't know them, but
they're internet marketing guys.
Okay. Oh, internetmarketing.com?
No, I said they're internet marketing guys.
Oh, okay.
Internet marketing.
Oh, okay. And I mean, just understand that what you know, Angel, you may not really know the value just because you're always into that stuff and playing around into the marketing, but you know more than 95% of people out there. So that means you're ready.
Well, I'm ready and I'm moving forward. So,
All right, let me know when you're ready to do the interview. It can be.
Yeah, I will. I just want to, just think about what things I want to. I already came up with my title. You gave it to me when you were talking. Show me what makes money.
Yeah.
So anyway, I want to just flesh out a few questions, and it'll just flow. But nonetheless, I like to think on things before I just jump out the airplane. So
right, I hear you. But you know what's even? Can I suggest something?
Sure.
You have some groups, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you do a survey and ask them the questions? Let them give you the answers. Do a 24-hour survey, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can go to SurveyMonkey, right? You get the little survey thing. That's free, right? Write down, hey, entrepreneurs, I'd love for you to let me know your top 5 money problems. What's stopping you? What's holding you back? And what do you think you need? What question would you like to have answered if you could ask an expert right now that can turn your financial future around? What would you say? Let them fill in the answers and then just bring them back. And then, okay, great. Thanks for the survey.
Actually, inside your group, actually, you can actually do quizzes in there.
Yep, you can.
I'll go to, I have a couple of different groups. Yeah. I'll go in and check that out.
And maybe I would even put a landing page up too that says, one of my favorite that always works for me is just how to eliminate money worries forever.
Okay.
People see that, they'd be like, click, 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 you know what I mean? Here, name, email. And you can say, listen, as part of this, what we're going to be doing is having an interview, blah, blah, blah. You're going to be all content, no fluff, nothing to buy. And we're going to tell you, you're going to answer these questions to the things that are stopping you. Going to show you how to break through that barrier. We're going to send out an email within the next 48, 72 hours, inviting you to a personal viewing to help you, to give you the assistance that you need.
I like it.
Boom, signups. Now you run your Facebook advertising campaign, $5 a day, run it for 10 days, spend $50. All you need is one client because you're going to get at least $1,000.
Right. Okay, I'll do so.
Let me know how it goes. Let me know if you need me.
I most certainly will. Thank you.
Thank you for the call. Talk to you later.
Have a great day.
You too. Is this making sense, ladies? This is not hard. Seriously. All you had to do was get around the right one, right? Get around the right one to show you your greatness inside of you. So, my mouth is dry. And, wow, an hour and 7 minutes. Good Lord. Wasn't intended on that. But my mouth is dry. I am a little bit hungry. I do have to get something to drink and something to eat. And for those reasons, I'm out. If you need help putting together that stuff, just reach out. Let me know. But honestly, that should be every woman's weekend project. Because you can be up and running. You can be up and running tonight, honestly, but you could be up and running tomorrow. You could be up and running Monday morning. All right? Just follow my lead. I'm doing the same thing. I'm about to set up a new page called Cecil Jones Comeback Story. You can keep setting up different pages to have different products. Get one up and running. It's making you $300 a month or whatever, $500 a month. Go on to the next one. You can just keep doing this over and over again. Put your own website together and start creating products. It's not hard. Now you take that money, put it over to your real estate money, take your advertising money, take your consultants, come buy a house for $1,000, $1,800, $2,000, $5,000, whatever. Now it just continues to circulate. You're welcome, my angel. You're welcome. Hopefully this makes sense. This makes sense, ladies. Makes sense. So with that being said, I gotta get some food. I might still go work. I don't know. I may just hit some push-ups or something. But Olivia, I'm ready. That's good. That's good. First, we'll put together a little sheet of some things to go through to get set up that you need, a little hot sheet. All right? And just make it happen. Just do it. I mean, honestly, this is a weekend. This should be your weekend project. Your weekend money playbook. Spray playbooks. People are looking for playbooks. Everybody wants to be on a winning team. People are looking to make more money. Well, show them how to do it. Use your success right now, Olivia. Use the success that you've done. This is why I tell you guys, you ladies, document what you're doing because that's your case study. That is your case study. Actually, Olivia, we can make a case study together. Sit there and we do an interview and make the video, and now I show you what to do with the video. Those videos are powerful. I mean, you sit there, do a half hour, 1 hour video, telling people what they don't know, and then say, hey, if you like that, you can go a little bit deeper. You see the sales pitches. If you like what you just learned for free, we have an Insiders, one night only, special edition, breakthrough session that we're going to go more in depth because we couldn't do it in 60 minutes. We're going to go more in depth and we're going to work with you over the next 6 weeks. The cost of that is $997. Facebook advertising is some of the cheapest advertising in the world. And there's about 1.7 billion people there just sitting there right on Facebook. All right. So I'm going to run right now. Let me take care of what I need to take care of and give me some water, some agua, right? Give me some agua and we'll reconnect. So for those reasons that I just told you, I'm thirsty, hungry, out of wine. For those reasons, I'm out. Have an awesome day, ladies. Let's get this thing going. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. You got this.